All right. Emma just asked me, and she said it once before, why is it saying that you signed in or you got the app when you haven't? Well, I just told Emma when you expect people to attack you, we're in this world. We're in a world of hackers and trickers and deceivers and stuff like that. So if they wanted to, and you were on that list, right? They can easily tamper with your mail, get your mail, definitely if you get it late and all this kind of thing, right? Um, if they're hackers, they can get your email and all your information, right? That's what they're already doing. They want to steal your life, right? And so what they'll do is they'll tamper with your mail, definitely if you get Wi-Fi systems and stuff. And then you'll find it might be a bit slow. They might even do it without being slow, but more likely it might be a day or a little bit slow as they get a hold of your devices, right? And the Wi-Fi book, and then they'll scan the Wi-Fi book so they get the account, right? And so then they repack it and send it to you, right? If you were worried about thieves and that, this is what thieves can do if you're on the target list, right? So rich people, look out there. And I can make a mail service so you wouldn't have this problem. But at the moment, we've got this really, really bad problem when it comes to security of what could happen. Like I talked about when it comes to the hospital issue about cults that can easily steal babies and do all these things with dodgy doctors and stuff like that, as we don't have security to find out what goes on in that room. They're not videoed. I reckon they should be videoed just in case things happen when it comes to malpractice and stuff like that. It should be a standard thing. And if anyone had an issue or a problem, they'll be able to get the video, right? Other than that, you have it for your own company when it comes to the hospital. And you can do a similar thing when it comes to packaging. Packaging, to be safe, needs to be videoed all the way through. And if you ever had a problem, you can look up your video and watch it all you want. Watch your mail get walked around and travelled around and where it exactly is in a box, and then a video from when it's out of a box and stuff like that. It's not hard. You just have to set up camera systems in the back of cars in certain areas, and then voila, you'll have this guaranteed safety area and not this little loophole where you go, and you've got to rely on others, right? As we're in a world now of a lot of people able to hack very easy. They believe it's like a new superstar. If you can hack, you're going to be something great. You're going to be like an AI. You're allowed to steal and do all these things, like I'm talking about now. So you tell me that if people wanted to take my life and get into my cameras, if their Wi-Fi is, well, I want to wire, right? I can get why my feelings say one thing and I get another. And then I get these feelings again, right? That someone couldn't just do what I told you. So you go to get security, they get a hold of your security systems, they can tamper with it, open it up and make them malfunction, put something in it, even more, and then resend it off. It's so easy to do with what's going on. All you need to do that, like bad guys do, is have a little bit of infiltration in the system, and if the system's not strong, you can easily infiltrate it, right? Which is having a male dude, even a police officer, all these certain things that are bad groups and cults have kids and people to join deliberately to help them out in those areas while they're in there, and lawyers and stuff like that. And it's always happened through history. They'll always be there. Some countries have it more than others, depends on how good their system is. And if your system is opened up for attacks or assumptions and assumes, well, you're going to get more of these people. And then your system's going to get worse. That's what you actually see out there, people. Because your government can't really put certain priorities straight and make certain standards at businesses too. They don't even have to pay for it. You just got to make sure that it's legit. Why are you making that move? Like they try to say with the cigarettes, why they believe they can charge you more. It's a similar thing. They give you an excuse. People are falling for that. I wouldn't fall for that one. Though I don't agree to it, but most people do, and that's how it goes with it. That most people prefer that people who smoke suffer because they shouldn't be smoking. They don't see why they started smoking and why they might be still continuing. They just see, that'll stop them, right? Just like it happens with all the price rises, isn't it? But it's not the proper way to do it when it comes to that area with heart, right? And so back to this, what they do is they can scan your scan, and then you might have it all of a sudden where people go, well, it says that you hacked in, you've already got it. Well, it don't matter because you can put on plenty of phones. So you just, as long as you've got the scanner thing, you can re-scan it again and go, yeah, I guess I must have it on the phone, yeah, skip, and you go in. That's what we've been doing in some of these settings, right? The apps, definitely the last two apps when it comes to certain areas. And so when it comes to cameras as well, they can do the same thing. All they have to do is get that app, send the camera to you, and then that bad guy can tap into your app just like you do, right? And to do that, they might just need your Wi-Fi, right? So they might just need to get close. You know how Wi-Fi extends out. So if you're on your phone, they'll have to hack your phone to get in there on the Wi-Fi part. But other than that, if they can get into your Wi-Fi, that's what they do. So a bad guy will park his car, truck, move close. Right? Wi-Fi's go pretty far. You can get up to 20 houses down the street with Wi-Fi. Depends on what system you got. A block area all the way around. So that's what they would do. You get someone to move in close, or you get to know someone close, and then you can easily do this tap in and be them. Right? And you can do that with everything else too when it comes to accounts and stuff like that. If they can tap into your Wi-Fi, which is an easy thing, here in Australia, I had a nephew here that used to have little game fights all the time, and the geeks on there said, if you keep getting us, we'll cut you off. And he used to go, ha ha ha, and then next minute the Wi-Fi got cut off. Remember that, Emma? You're a witness to that. It happened a few times before I got Joshua to leave that area and not getting involved with them for it to keep happening, because it kept happening. Every time we had a fight, or just for fun, they wanted to get him, they cut off our internet. They couldn't cut it off completely. All they can do is reboot it. Just as like, oh, they can't cut it off completely, but they reboot it or tamper with it. But they can't. They do all sorts of things. And even that was annoying, that it got cut off and I had to reboot to get it to come back on. All right, that's the system we live in. So easily tampered by teenagers, because they rather spend their time, and if they've got time, it doesn't take much to research that area, and then they eat the bad apple and do it, right? Because they can, and the government allows them to. So the government leaves all these bad apples information out there to easily get taken. Some government people might say, well, we put it there to delivery so you see the bad guys take it like a bait car, but in certain areas you shouldn't do that. Right? You're better off fixing it right for real than trying to make it bad so you can go catch bad people, killing people and ripping off people. I don't think the people like that. Right? They rather have it fixed properly and have things more rarer, right, when it comes to those areas, than all just study, test to everybody. But anyway, you let me know in comments if that couldn't happen, right? Or if it's not happening. You know what? I've got a high probability that it's happening to a lot of people. So have a good one, and see you later. And so when I move, knowing these, you got to be careful what happens. So if you'll notice that mail will be late and all that kind of things, like I'm getting, you probably wouldn't want to trust it. Right? And with the system, you can't check up. Mails have been late and all that kind of stuff. That's all signs of it more likely happening than not, isn't it, people? See you later.